everything about you. Everything about you.
All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success. I want to say thanks for joining us today on the live Q&A session where we're going to be talking about how to create the best client buying experience for high volume photography. So normally when you guys see me on the live stream, I talk about different buying options, how to set different things up. And when you're doing volume photography, you want to set things up really streamlined because you're going to have a lot of clients coming in and placing orders, and you need that process to be nice and easy, which is a little different. Not that you don't want the process to be nice and easy for non-volume clients, but you might want to have more options available for, your wedding clients or your portrait clients. But when it comes to volume photography, you definitely want to keep the process streamlined, which is what we're going to be talking about today. Now, as always, I've got Richard hanging out with me in chat, so make sure you guys show him some love there in chat. We've got a couple of you guys talking with us already. We've got Kathleen. Let's see, what did she say? That she's having some gorgeous weather. We're having some pretty nice weather today as well here in North Carolina, Kathleen. Annie says she's not ready to say goodbye to summer, but I think that's probably only because winter follows fall, and she's probably not looking forward to that winter weather, which I definitely don't blame you. I'm in North Carolina, so I'm really ready for the fall, ready for things to cool down just a little bit, ready to see some of those leaves change color. But I'm not looking forward to winter either. She said she's moved to Florida. I kind of second that. I think I'm going to be Florida bound for too much longer. All right, guys. Hey, if you have any questions along the way, make sure that you get those in the chat so I can get those answered live. Like I said, we're going to be talking about creating the best client buying experience for high volume photography. We're going to talk about the difference between your volume jobs and your portrait normal jobs. We're talking about streamlining the products that you offer, how to streamline your price list. Then we're going to go through talking about setting up Kwik Shop. And then finally, we're going to be customizing the buying experience. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the free client marketing that Zenfolio has. I'm going to show you guys where that's at to make sure that you check that out. And then, like I said, make sure that you get those questions in there in the chat so I can get those answered for you guys today. All right, let me go ahead and jump over into my account here, and we'll just go ahead and get started. So first of all, why would we want to have a different buying experience for our high volume photography versus like if we're doing wedding or portraits or anything like that? Well, really the big thing is if you're going to have a lot of people coming in and placing a lot of orders, you don't want to have to do a lot of hand-holding in that process. Now, for your portrait clients, like I said earlier, for your wedding clients or for your more boutique style shoots, Maybe as a photographer, you want to be a little bit more involved in the ordering process. Maybe some of you guys do in-home sales presentations, or maybe you just like to do like a buying session with your clients and walk them through that process and be there with them and have a high touch process with that. But with volume photography, providing that type of experience is not really cost effective, and it's also going to be really hard to do with so many people going through there. And so that's why it's so important that for your volume photography, you have a really streamlined process there. And so that's what we're going through today. So some of the things that you kind of want to think about is, limiting options, not offering people a whole lot, because for one, when you offer people too many options, at least I know that I tend to get overwhelmed when I have a lot of options. I start to, second think what I'm buying and all of that stuff. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about product options that you can eliminate, product choices as far as paper types and all of that, and streamlining that. So what we're going to do first is we're just going to go through really quick, and we're going to just kind of start a volume photography price list. Now, if you have never created a price list on Zenfolio, there's definitely some tutorials that you want to watch that kind of walk you through that whole process. I'm going to move a little quick through the price list creation side of things. We're just going to talk about some options. I'm going to show you how to limit some stuff. But you definitely want to make sure that you go back and watch any of those tutorials on setting up a price list. I've done a couple recently that are going to be really good. That really I take my time and I slow down and I go through the details of setting that up, because there's definitely some things in there that you guys want to pay attention to. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go right here to selling. And we're just going to click on price list. And what we're going to do is click on add a blank price list over here. I'm just going to start one from scratch. When you're doing this, you definitely want to avoid the add new price list. That's going to come pre-populated with a bunch of stuff that you're going to have to remove that are not going to be streamlined. It's going to be from different vendors. And so when you're doing this, go ahead and start with a blank price list right over here. And then we're just going to give this price list a name. I'm just going to call this HV demo. High volume demo. And then what we're going to do is add some products in here. Now, like I said, whenever I set up price lists for my sports clients, or if you photograph schools, right, you want to offer your clients an adequate amount of products, but you don't want to overwhelm them with a lot of options. And so what we're going to do is click add products. And then if you see all vendors up here in the top right, the first thing that you want to do is click on this and then choose a specific vendor to work with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go with MPix, but we have other vendors in here you can use. As you can see, I have Miller's Wedding and Portrait and Miller Schools Sports and Events. If you guys don't have these vendors in your account, that means that you'll probably need to, one, either upgrade to the advanced plan, or two, if you have the advanced plan, you just need to go to millers.com, create a free account, get your account number, and then reach out to our amazing support team by hitting that chat icon and just let them know that you have a Miller's account. You'd like to link it to your Zenfolio account. But again, you do have to be an advanced user or a premium business. So check your account level and make sure that you're there. But I'm going to go with MPix for this one. And then what we're going to do is just choose some products. So we're going to start off in prints right here. And I'm just going to grab some standard prints. So let's say wallets, we'll say 5x7, and we'll say 8x10. And really, I'm going to stop there because there's a lot of great print sizes in here. But when it comes to volume photography, when it comes to schools, and when it comes to sports, everybody thinks about those three print sizes, right? They think about wallets, 5x7s, 8x10s, maybe a 4x6, but I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to stop here and just offer these three options. And then what we're going to do is just scroll down to the bottom and hit Add Selected Products. All right, so three different print options here. You could probably add a couple more if you want. Really what I try to target is about 10 to 15 products max, just to keep that price list simple. All right, and then what we're gonna do is remove some additional choices that clients have to make, like paper options, right? So we're gonna turn off all of these options except for the E-Surface, which would be like the standard, just normal print. So we're gonna turn the other options off, making there even less selections that the clients has to make. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to order options, and we're going to turn some options here on as well, or turn some off. Now, when it comes to color correction, especially for me, when I do volume stuff, like when I do sports, when I do schools, I upload almost right out of camera, right? Because I'm doing white balancing, I'm making sure that my exposure is correct. I'm pretty much going to upload those photos right out of camera. I might do a batch edit for everything since it's going to control the environment. But in order for me to make money, I need to have as little hands-on with those images as possible. So I'm not running each image through and doing a bunch of intensive editing. We're doing a batch edit and uploading them pretty much right out of camera. So on these kinds of jobs, I like to utilize the color correction that the lab offers. So I'll make sure to turn that color correction on right here. One of the options that you never want to leave on is you never want to leave the option to let your clients select color correction. The reason that I say that is because, if one, we're trying to streamline things and make it as quick and easy as possible for your clients. But for two, I feel like it looks slightly unprofessional if my unprofessional, is that a word? Slightly unprofessional if my clients are seeing the option to color correct my photos. So I never leave that option to let them choose. I always either apply it, or for stuff that I'm going to spend a little bit more time in post-processing and maybe I've done some artistic edits, I might turn that option off. But for this one, since it's a volume job, we're going to have color correction apply. Now, next is color conversion. All right, this option lets your clients do black and white or sepia tone conversions to the image. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost them anything. As a photographer, I kind of like to keep that creative control in my own hands, and usually I turn this option off. Again, I'm leaning on the side of streamlining things and eliminating as many options as possible to make this price list really simple and really easy for my clients. This is more of a personal preference choice, but if you're really looking to keep things simple, turning off as many of these options as you can is the best route to take. Die cutting, this is for your wallets. You always want to make sure, again, just like with color correction, you want to make sure with die cutting for your wallets that you choose one of these two options. Do not leave die cutting to let your clients select. And the reason that I say that is because, for one, again, we're trying to eliminate options. But for two, sometimes wallets that are die cut, if your clients are not consistent with the choice that they make, they're actually going to get shipped separately, and that could cause a little bit of confusion and a little bit of explaining that you have to do of, oh, well, you had these wallets die cut, so they were shipped separately from these. And so if you set these options up beforehand, you don't have to worry about that happening. Now, I like to go ahead and turn my wallets to be die cut right here. And the reason that I like that is because I think back to when I was ordering photos and I would get those sheet of wallets in the mail, and then I'd have to go break out the scissors, and to be honest, it never really ended well. It ended up with friends and family getting some really badly cut wallet photos, and so I don't want to do that to my clients, so I always turn it on. If you're going to turn die cutting on, and you're going to let your clients crop, which is the next section, you want to make sure that you are leaving space and that you're able to check, because that die cutting can get in really tight. So make sure that you are leaving some space. And then if you have die cutting on, you also might think about leaving order approval on, which is something that we'll get into here in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and set die cut up. And then for cropping, I'm just going to go ahead and let my clients adjust the cropping, and we're going to hit apply. Now, after this, I would go over and set up my pricing over here. So we would just jump over here and go down here and set up our pricing. There's several different ways to do it. That's not really the focus of this video. So just know I'm leaving these pricing at the default, which is like 100% markup. That is not a recommended pricing. Please do your research of your local area if you don't already know, and make sure that you're marking up your prints so that you are making money and you're making good money, and you're still staying competitive in your local market. So again, these are not suggested pricing. I'm just not focusing on the pricing for this particular video. All right, so now we have our print category set up. We can go ahead and close that just to get it out of the way. And then let's add a couple more products to this. So we're gonna go back up here to add products. And this time, let's go to photo gifts. So we're going to go to photo gifts, and then let's say that we're setting up this particular price list for a baseball league that we shot, right? Or maybe this is just going to be our baseball price list overall. So we're going to go to sports and school, and in here is where you can find kind of the sportsy stuff, right? So there's the magazine covers and there's the memory mates. And so if we add these options in here, all right, and then we just select them, and then we go down to the bottom and we hit add selected products, we've got some things that we can do to these products as well to make this process even faster for our clients. One of the things, and I've talked about this before, but it's really worth repeating, is that any products that have templates like magazine covers where clients can drag and drop photos into these template designs, you want to make sure that you go through and you are only offering the templates that are available for that specific genre. So in this case, let's say that this is my HV baseball price list, and I'm just going to rename it baseball really quick so that I give a good look here. So HV baseball. All right, and so what we would do is right here, this magazine cover has 79 design templates available. Well, if you can think about your clients, all 2,000 of them, all 2,000 of your baseball moms going through and having to go through 79 different design templates for their baseball, you can already see where that could potentially be not the best experience. Well, what you want to do is you want to click Edit Templates right here. And this is going to bring up a little window where you can say, okay, let me just choose the templates that are relevant to this particular price list, which in this case, again, is baseball. So I'm going to go with Selected Templates. And then all I have to do is come in here and select some templates. Now, some of the sports have more than one template available, so maybe you want to keep it simple. Maybe you want to give them some options. I'm going to go ahead and just do baseball black and then baseball white right here like this. And then we're going to hit select. And now there's only 2 design templates instead of 79 that people have to go through, making that process that much more faster for them. All right, and then again, I'm going to go ahead and turn off that other paper option. And we're going to go down here to memory mates, 256 design templates available. Can you imagine as a parent on your phone trying to go through 256 design templates to choose what memory mate template you want for your kid? I don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Let's not make them have to do that, and let's streamline this and make it easier. So again, just go back to Edit Templates. And then we're going to go over here to Selected Templates, and we're going to choose the templates that we want. So again, for this one, this is the memory mate. So let's see. There are lots of options right here. I'm going to go with the Vintage Baseball Black and Vintage Baseball. What do we have? Vintage Baseball. We'll go Vintage Baseball Black and Vintage Baseball Blue. And we'll hit Select. And now only 2 design templates are available, and then we can turn off that Kodak Metallic option. Now, really quick, I see Annie asking, do you have to use the default prices? I know I said I wasn't going to go into the price list, but just so you guys know, like I said, this is not my recommended pricing. You can come right over here and change your selling price. The selling price is what your clients see, so if I wanted to offer memory mates for $25, come right over here, put $25 in here, and then you're going to see your profit right here. Or you could just say, hey, I'd like to make $22 when I sell a memory mate. Let me put $22 in the profit side, and it'll mark that selling price up where it needs to be so that you make that $22. All right, so now that we have prints and we have photo gifts in here, we still only have like 5 products in here. All right, and that's really simple. Now we could add some more stuff in here if we wanted. We could do packages, we could do digital downloads. The point is to make sure that you're looking at those options and you're simplifying it. And then also too, anytime you add one of these new gray categories, like if I were to add canvas prints from home decor, anytime a new gray bar is created, that is letting you know that there's a new product category. Make sure that you hit up the order options because some of them have different options and you want to keep everything consistent. All right, so now that we've kind of got this price list set up as far as what we're offering, what we're going to do next is we're going to go down and we're going to set up our Kwik Shop. So we're going to scroll down here to the bottom, and by default, your Kwik Shop is set up to automatically pull 10 products from this list and add it over. And your Kwik Shop is the buying experience that you're going to want to use for your volume photography. If you guys have looked at the client buying experiences, there's two buying experiences that Zenfolio offers. There's the Kwik Shop, which is a really quick and fast, simple side buying panel. It's the one that I love. I recommend it every time we talk about it. And then there's the Shop Home, which is a lot better if you like to handhold your clients, if you want to do an in-home sales presentation. But for volume stuff, where you want it to be simple, Kwik Shop is the one that you're going to want to go with. All right, so what we're going to do is uncheck this option because maybe I add 15 products in here, right? Obviously, I only have 5, but if I had 15, I would want everything that I offer appearing in my Kwik Shop. Now, you can have as many products as you want in your Kwik Shop. Again, concentrating on making this price list nice and simple. So if you want to offer your clients 30 different products, you can do that. Just think that that could be a little overwhelming. So just be strategic with what you offer. But what you would do is to get all of the products that you offer, if I had more over here, into your Kwik Shop, you're just going to turn the automatic option off. You're going to click here and then hold Shift on your keyboard, and you're going to select the last product and then hit add. And then all you would do from here is move these up and organize them however you want to organize them. Now, my personal philosophy, whatever I make the most money on, whatever products have the highest profit margin, that is what I personally like to put up top because that is what I want my clients seeing first and clicking on first. So let's just say theoretically that this Memory Mate has the highest profit margin out of all of these products. I'm going to click on it and I'm just going to move it up to the top. All right, but you can organize this however you want, whatever you think is going to be best for your clients. You can do that. Again, that's just my personal philosophy. Okay, we're going to talk about a couple more things before we leave this price list, and then we're going to go into what this looks like to a client and how to customize and streamline that side of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll up here to the top, and guys, if you have questions, make sure that you keep putting those in the chat. If I don't answer it now, I will come back and get back to the chat after I kind of finish going through all this. I know it gets a little confusing for the people who watch the recorded version of this if I'm jumping back and forth between talking about one thing and then answering questions in chat, but I will come back and get your questions, I promise. Okay, so we're going to go up to price list settings, and we're going to click right here to price list settings, and there's a couple of options in here that you need to be aware of. All right, so the first one is your approval settings. Now, we've talked about this a lot and always bears repeating. Whenever you create a price list, by default, the automatic approval option is turned off, which means that for every order that your clients place on that price list, they are charged at the time they place the order, but you have to approve each and every order individually before they go to the lab to be printed and shipped to your clients. So that is something that you want to take into consideration, because if you have a lot of people placing orders, it could definitely become somebody's day job for a couple of days to go through here and approve these orders, one by one, making sure that they're approving them. So you can turn this off, and it's usually what I recommend for volume jobs where you've got a lot of orders coming through. So you would just come up here and you would say, okay, I want all of the orders to automatically go through without requiring my approval. And you can check that option right here and then hit save. Now, one really important thing to note about turning off order approval is this. If you are uploading low resolution files because you're somewhere at an event, maybe you don't have the internet speed there to upload your full resolution files, or for whatever reason, if you're uploading small files, if you turn order approval off, if the images that you have uploaded for that event or whatever, if they are not large enough to meet the resolution requirements for a specific print, that option will not even be shown to your clients. So it's really important that you understand that. Basically, our system recognizes the image size, and then if it's not capable of producing a specific print size, that print size will not be shown as an option to your clients if you have order approval turned off. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like in a second, and then we'll flip-flop it. I'll turn order approval back on so you can see what I mean. And the reason it's that way is because if you have order approval turned on, where you have to approve the orders, then you have the option to replace those low resolution files with higher resolution files that will be capable of producing the prints. So that's something that you want to keep in mind when you're here in the order approval section. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is go down here at the bottom, and there's a little option down here called order minimum. And so I know a lot of times in volume photography, a lot of times there is, hey, you can't purchase an add-on unless you've bought a package or something like that. In Zenfolio, there's not really a true built-in way to set that up on the post-sale side of things, which is what we're talking about now. That's different in pre-order, but on the price list, what we're looking at now, there's not really a true way to say you have to buy a package before you buy an a la carte item. But you can set an order minimum, which means, hey, you can't just go in there and buy a $10 8x10. You have to at least spend this much money. And then what you do is you set your order minimum to be the price of your cheapest package. So let's say that your package is $25. You put $25 as the order minimum, and then you communicate that to your clients as you cannot buy a la carte single prints unless you buy a package. Now, that would work, or they would at least be able to add $25 worth of a la carte items to their price list or to their shopping cart before they can check out. So that option is right down here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to click this little save button right here. We're going to save this, and then we're going to save it one more time. And actually what I'm going to do, just so I can be sure that you guys can see those products that fall off if the image file is not capable of producing it, let me add another product here really quick, and let's just grab a really great big print. So like let's grab a, I don't know, let's see, what do we have here? Let's do a 20 by 20 right here. We got anything bigger than that? What do we have for large prints? What do we got in here? Let's do a 24 by 36. There we go. So we're going to have that in the price list. Order approval is turned off right now, which means all the orders are going to go through without requiring approval. And then what we're going to do is we're going to save this. Okay. Now, that's my baseball demo price list. So what I'm going to do really quick is let me just open up another tab and get back to my photos page. What I'm going to do really quick is just go down to, I have a baseball event demo here. Let me get myself out of the way. There we go. So I have this baseball event. We're not really going to talk about the events. What we're going to do though is just go to this gallery right here, and we're going to apply that price list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go to price list, and we're going to say allow ordering from my price list, HV baseball, hit save, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply it to this event because we might have time to jump into the event. We might not, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everything is set up to be consistent. So allow ordering from my price list, HV baseball. Okay, so now I have that price list applied to this gallery. Without doing anything else, let's go ahead and just jump in and take a look at what this looks like. So one really important thing for you guys to know is how to test out your client's gallery from a client's perspective. And so hitting this preview button, you're going to be looking at this gallery logged in like you're in your account as you, which you are. So one of the things you want to do is just come over to Access, go to Sharing, and just grab the direct link to that gallery like I did right here. So I just click there to copy it. And then in your browser, open up a new incognito window, and then you can just paste in that. And now we're actually going to see this like a client would see it. All right, and so here is this gallery like a client would see it, and I want to show you guys this. So if I go to this photo right here, what you're going to notice is that even though I had all of those other options set up, only the wallets are available. That's because these are really small images that I uploaded. That's the only print product that image file is capable of producing. right? So like I was telling you earlier about the order approval, this is what you need to keep in mind. If you're uploading low resolution files and you're not approving the orders, your clients are going to have some limited options. Let me show you what happens if we go back to that price list and we enable order approval. So I'm just going to drag this down. We're going to go back to selling here. We're going to go back into that price list. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that order approval back off or on, depending on how you look at it. Basically, I'm going to set it to where I have to approve the order. Now, before I do that, let's go ahead and drag these larger print sizes over into our Kwik Shop as well. And then we're going to go to price list settings. This is where we're going to change that order approval setting to say none. Basically, we're saying we don't want anything to automatically go through. We want to have to approve everything. And then we're going to hit save and save one more time. And then that's what's going to bring back those other options. So remember, before when we were looking at it, all we saw was the wallets that are available, just like we're seeing right now, right? So all that's here is wallets. Even though the price list had a lot more options, all we're seeing is wallets. So let me refresh this window right here. Now when we click on a photo, now look at all the options that are available. That's because that order approval option is now back to where we have to approve the order. So even though this image file is really small, during order approval, I can swap it out with a higher resolution file that will produce those prints, and so I can offer those now to my clients. So definitely something to keep in mind when you're thinking about, should I turn order approval off? Well, as long as you're uploading large files, that's fine. If you're uploading really small files, it's going to limit what is available to your clients to purchase. So please just keep that in mind. All right. So now let's talk about the overall client buying experience right here. So a couple of things you see right here, right? There's select photos, there's a buy button, there's a share button, there's all kinds of stuff on this gallery. And so this is the next part of this, is making this gallery as least distractive. Is that the right way to say that? Somebody let me know. Is that the right way to say it? At least distractive, as undistractive? I don't know what word I'm trying to figure out, but let me know what the word is. But basically, we want to take away all of these distracting elements because we want our clients to focus on one thing and one thing only. Not, oh, it was created here. Oh, what does this do? We want them to go in and buy stuff. And so there's lots of stuff here we're going to remove. And then there's also lots of stuff here. And then back on the photo, the thumbnails page, there's lots of stuff here we're going to remove as well. So let's just jump into that really quick. And then once I show you guys that, I promise I'm going to come back, check you guys out in chat and see what kind of questions you have for me. So here we are in the gallery. And what we're going to do is get myself out of the way. What we're going to do is we're going to go down here to this gallery, and then the way that I like to work when I'm customizing things is I don't like to just click that preview button because that makes me lose this tab, and I like to have this tab open. So what I like to do is right click, open in a new tab, and then I'll just show you guys I have multiple tabs open so that I have this page, and now I have this page, and I can go to edit and edit page. And so now I have this page open if I need to reference it for whatever reason, and this page open if I need to reference it, which is what we're going to be working in. So it's just a better way to work in your account using those multiple tabs. So let's go ahead and start in here. So what we're going to do is just remove some of those destructive, busy elements that you guys told me in chat. Some of those elements that are in here that are kind of just distracting and that aren't really necessary. And we're going to streamline this and make this a little bit easier to navigate. So what we're going to do is go up to options, and then we're just going to uncheck use default. We're going to go to page elements, and we're just going to start removing stuff. So caption. For volume photography, you're probably not going to put a caption in there. If you do, it's a good place to put some information for your clients, but you probably want to have that information in the email as well. Caption, I'm just going to go ahead and hide it. Path to gallery, you definitely want to have all that hidden. Categories and keywords, there's not really a reason to have that showing. Numbers of items, there's not really a reason to have that showing. Select photos button, that is one that you do want to leave showing for the buying experience. Slideshow, we're going to hide it. Share button, I So when it comes to volume photography, chances are you have, if you're just doing a gallery and letting people go in and browse that way, chances are you have a lot of different people's kids in one gallery. If you're not doing the event, if you're just doing a gallery, and you really don't want to give another parent an easy way to share this gallery out, whether it has a password on it or not, you don't really want to give another parent an easy way to share that gallery out and kind of make a decision for everybody in the gallery to say, I'm just going to share this out and make it public so people can see it. So that's probably an option that you want turned off right here. Also the Facebook like, the tweet button, all of that stuff. Let's get rid of all of that stuff. And then we're going to go down to thumbnails. And then the thumbnails right here, there are a few things that we're going to hide here. Access control icons, all of this stuff we're going to hide. If you utilize favorites and you know what that is, leave that favorites icon to show. If you don't know what it is, or you're just like, I'll leave it on if they want to use it, but I don't really have a reason to do it. If that's your answer, turn it off. It's going to become distracting and it's going to become a pain to deal with. All right, so we're going to turn all of those options off. And then for shopping setup, and I didn't really show you guys this, let me do another new incognito window really quick because I want to show you guys there's a couple of different shopping setups that you can use. Now the one that I was using earlier was Kwik Shop and Shop Pages. Then there's Kwik Shop only or Shop Pages only. So let me get back to that gallery really quick and just show you what those options are. So here we are again. This is your Kwik Shop. This is the buying experience that I prefer. It's super easy. If I'm a client, I want this as a 5x7. I click that, it goes right into my cart. That's all I have to do. And then I just click the next button, go to the next image. Okay, I want that one as a magazine cover or whatever. Then I choose my magazine cover options, hit continue, and then add it to my cart or preview it and add it to the cart right here. All right. So I can edit text, but I'm going to just continue for now. So this is the really easy buying experience that I recommend. All right, you guys saw how fast that was. Visit Shop is the other one. If I click Visit Shop, the first thing you're going to notice, I'm leaving the gallery behind. Now, I'm only shopping for that one photo. Now, I'm at one click. If I go in here, prints, okay, let's see. What options are there? Lots of options, or it looks like there's lots of options. But now I'm having to click around several times. Okay, this is the photo that I want. Let's add it to my cart. Okay, now I have to go back to gallery. So you guys can see how that shopping experience is really visual. But for volume photography, where you're having a lot of people come in there and you don't want to have to do any hand holding, that's probably not the experience that you want. So I'm going to show you how you can turn this off and just use this. So we're just going to drop this down, back in the gallery. We're under page options, the shopping setup tab. This is where you're going to go with Kwik Shop only right here. That's going to remove that visit shop, just going to show the Kwik Shop, and we're going to hit apply. All right. And so the next what we're going to do is we're going to customize our Kwik Shop. Now, again, right here, page elements. I don't really want to show some of this stuff like the bottom. You guys can't see it. The bottom here. Date created. I don't want that to show. All of this stuff. All of this stuff I don't want showing. We're going to apply that. And then what we're going to do, now all of those extra distracting, destructive, busy elements are gone that we're showing here. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to click on a photo. It's going to load up Kwik Shop in Customize View, which is where we're at. And then we're going to go up here to Options, go to Kwik Shop, and here is where we can hide a lot of these distracting elements. So if you look up here, there's like this heart, there's this weird looking thing, there's the download button, there's this comment stuff. Again, all of this stuff is things that I don't care about. What I care about is my clients going in here and buying photos and me getting paid, right? I don't really want people to make comments on their baseball photos. And so all of this stuff is things that could be distracting that I'm just going to turn off. Keywords, right? There's not really a reason for the clients to see these keywords in here. So we're going to go to Options, Kwik Shop, and then we'll just start right here and we're going to start hiding this stuff. Add to favorites, don't want it. Comments, don't want it. Sharing, don't want it. Back button, you might want to leave the back button on so they can get back to the gallery. Downloads, we're going to turn that off. If you are using the file name as your image title, you might want to let your title show just in case your clients call you. They can actually reference your file name as the photo title, which is kind of helpful. I'm going to hide the caption, hide the sequence, hide the categories and keywords. And then after that, I'm going to hit apply. And you guys are going to see the way that this looks now. It looks totally different. Right, so visit shop's gone. These options are here. All of that crazy distracting stuff is gone. There's the actual file name right there, which is super helpful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as default because I like this. I like it streamlined. I'm going to make that my default buying experience. Hit apply. That's going to make it the default. And then we're going to hit the publish button, which is right behind the timer here. And then I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. Then I'm going to jump on chat, back in chat, and check on you guys in chat. All right, so here we are back in that incognito window. And what we're going to do is we're just going to give this a refresh. That's going to take us back to the gallery thumbnails page. All of those distracting elements of, okay, this was created, blah, blah, blah. It was modified. There's this many photos. All that stuff's gone. And then if I click on a photo, that visit shop is gone. All of those really distracting elements are gone. This is going to help us keep our clients focused on what we want them to do, which is making purchases. And so all they have to do is come here and start adding stuff to their shopping cart, just like this. So go here, and then when they're ready to check out, they can just go view cart and check out. All right, and so that is what I recommend for your volume photography buying experience. Keeping those options that you might not need. If you're not sure, if you're hanging on the fence about an option, I would remove it. It's better to make it streamlined, easy, quick, than to have a bunch of confusing options, overwhelm people, and then have to deal with a lot of phone calls from a lot of different people. All right, so let me jump back to my dashboard really quick and check on you guys on chat. Let's see here. All right. Really quick too. If you are watching the recorded version of this, I would love to have you come hang out on a live stream with me one Thursday. But I know not everybody can just stop what they're doing on Thursday and jump on YouTube, which is why those of you guys who hang out with me every week, 24/7 Media, Roxanne, Annie, let's see, Kathleen, who else have I got here that I haven't said hi to? Andrea, I hope I said it right. Let's see, Doubtful, Della, all of you guys who are hanging out live right now, and those of you guys who hang out week after week, I really appreciate those of you guys who do. But those of you who watch the recorded version of this, I am so thankful for you guys as well. And if you guys have questions that you'd like for me to answer the following week, there's a link in the description below this video that says questions for next week. If you click that, that's where you can go to leave me a question, and I will answer it on the following week's live stream. All right, so make sure that you do that if you're watching the recorded version. And if nothing else, if you're watching the recorded version, at least give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. All right, let me jump back here in chat. Let's see, let me grab some questions. 24/7 Media Group says, how can we combine a gift certificate with pre-order to allow the customer to have more control on purchasing packages in post and creating packages with it? All right, 24/7 Media. That is a really hard question to answer. I'm sorry, it's actually not a really hard question to answer, but I can't do it in 18 minutes. But what I can do is if you will shoot me an email, I actually have, you know what? I don't think there's any reason why I can't throw it out now. Give me 1 second. I actually have a short tutorial. Let me get a new window open, and I'll just throw this tutorial out to you guys in chat, and you can check it out. So basically, it's what this is, and what you're asking about is kind of what I refer to as a pre-registration workflow. So basically, you're letting your clients place pre-orders, but that you want them to be able to come back in and choose from the packages that you offer and things like that. So I actually created a workflow. I call it pre-registration workflow. I made a video for that, and I'm going to throw that out to you in chat right now to definitely check out. It kind of walks you through that. So let me paste that link in the chat there. Let me do it again, and I'll tag you in it just so you know, at 24/7 Media Group. There we go. So I'm throwing that out there now. You guys grab that Loom video and hold on to it if you ever need to do the pre-registration workflow that walks you through it. It's a little long because I didn't go back and do any editing or cutting it up, but it walks you through that entire process of what you're asking. But basically, it utilizes coupon campaigns and pre-order to do exactly what you want to do. Great question, though. Lots of people ask that question. And hey, if you're watching the recorded version of this and you have that same question, you can grab that link from the chat. Just go up to the top of the chat window, which would be up here somewhere. And if it says top chat up there, click the little arrow, switch it over to say live chat replay, and then you should be able to see all the links that were shared and grab them out from the chat replay. All right. Great question, though, 24/7 Media Group. Let's see. The next question says, are there video tutorials for customers? I'm finding that customers are short-spanned and having trouble on navigation for checkout. So it looks like Richard threw a link out to you guys in chat, but there are some video tutorials. Let me know if we need to update or if there's a specific tutorial for your clients that you would like to see. You can always shoot me an email. Just go to zenfolio.com/contact. Put attention Robert, and if there's like a video like, hey, my clients seem to really be struggling with this, can you guys have a video tutorial on that? If you'll shoot me an email, I'll see what I can do to create something for you. Just let me know, send me an email, and I'll see what I can do. Great questions, though. Great questions. Okay, let's see. A couple of questions here from email. So a couple of email questions. Guys, if you have questions that are watching live, or if I missed your question, just start bugging us in chat and let me know that I missed your question. But if you have other questions, make sure that you get those in. We have like 16 minutes left. More than enough time to answer some questions, so get them in the chat as soon as you can, or just let me know if I missed your question. Email question, what are my different options for getting clients to their photos? Well, there's a lot of different ways to get your clients to their galleries. Zenfolio has at least, I can think of, at least four different ways to get clients to their galleries. We have client access, we have direct email, we have where you can just get the link and share it out, and we also have where you can put it on your site menu. I don't have time to cover all of those, so what I will do is I will show you my preferred way of getting my clients to their galleries. But if you'll go to our YouTube channel, or if I can get Richard to throw the link out in chat, there is a video called How to Get My Clients to Their Galleries that go through all of those different processes. Now, if you're a volume photographer and you have a school that you need to get individual people to see just their photos, and it's like, a bunch of kids or whatever, we do have a feature called Zenfolio Restricted Events, and that is the feature that you are going to be looking for. I don't have time to go over it in 14 minutes, but there's a video for that on our YouTube channel as well. Just look up Zenfolio Restricted Events, and there should be several tutorials that will walk you through it. But when it comes to just, your portrait clients or your wedding clients, my personal favorite way of getting clients to their galleries is by our direct email option. And the reason is because, one, I never like to make client galleries accessible from my website. So my homepage and my website are not for my existing clients. My homepage and my front-facing website, that is for client acquisition only. It's not to service my existing clients. Now, my Zenfolio account is to service my existing clients. And so I like the direct email feature because, let's say we go out, we do a portrait session, and if you're anything like me, you go out, you do the portrait session, you come home, you spend some time with your family, you edit the photos, you get them uploaded into Zenfolio, and then by then, like for me, it's like, let's be honest, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And I don't really want to email my clients at 1 o'clock in the morning because I don't want them to think there's something wrong with me. Why is he up at 1 o'clock in the morning and emailing me? But I know that I have a bad habit of forgetting things, and that if I don't email my client that night, I'm going to wake up tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to have its own agenda, and I'm going to totally forget, and then in a couple of days, I'm going to have a not so happy client saying, hey, where are my photos? We did the shoot, just wondering, and like, I don't want to provide that type of experience. So if you go to a gallery, and let's just jump into a client gallery here really quick. So let's go to clients, and let's just go into this folder, and we'll go to family. So let's say that I just did this shoot. I just got it uploaded. It's ready to go. I have the price list assigned, but it's like 1 in the morning, and I'm starting to close my eyes and get ready to go to bed. What I do is I go up to email gallery right here. click on this option, and then the reason I love this so much is because I can have pre-designed templates for emails, which I have in my other account, but you can have them in here. Like there's a bunch of here you can see, like order placed. I think we talked about this, but I'll go and choose my template for that specific gallery, whatever it is, and then the schedule to send, right? Because it's 1 in the morning, and like I said, I don't want to email my clients right now. I'm going to go down here and say, okay, let's email them tomorrow at their lunch hour, so they at least think that I'm a halfway normal person, right? And I don't send them an email and they're not like, wow, he was emailing me at 1 in the morning. I'm not sure what he's up to. So you do that. You come down here, you put the client email, you put their email address in here. And then if you need to modify your text, you can. This is obviously just a bunch of junk that I put in here for that template. You hit continue to preview. It'll actually give them some images, let them preview their image and show them a link to see their photos. If the gallery's password protected, make sure that you put the password in the body of the email. But then you can schedule this to send, right? So now it's 1:15. I've got that email scheduled to go to them tomorrow. I can go to bed and I don't even have to worry about it tomorrow. Now, another thing that's nice is that if you're scheduling these out, like maybe after the holidays, maybe you're not doing it for the next day, but maybe you're going to be on vacation and you're scheduling it out and you want to know like when that email gets to the clients. Another thing that you can do, because again, I try to develop habits that overcome my forgetfulness. One of the things you can do is you can actually have a copy of this email sent to you. So you put the client's email address in here, you go to schedule it. Let's say we're doing it on Saturday at, I don't know, noon. You can go down here, continue to preview. And then there's this little button right here that you can check that says, send me a copy of this message. So that way you kind of get a nice friendly reminder from yourself, letting you know, basically you just get a copy of the email, but it's a good way to remind yourself like, hey, that client gallery just got emailed out to the client. So, you know, maybe you might be expecting them to call or have questions or whatever your process is after that. So a nice feature there as well. And hey, if you guys missed it, I don't know if, can't remember if it was last week or the week before, but we did a Zenfolio live on automating your client follow-up process. And definitely go check it out. If you have not looked into Zenfolio email templates or our really, really cool trigger to emails feature, there's a way that you can set those up to kind of create an automated follow-up process so that like when your clients place orders, right, you're automatically reaching out to them saying thank you, and then later on down the road, maybe you're re-engaging them a little bit. And none of us really have time to do that, right? Like, let's be honest, anywhere that we can automate things in this day and age, like we need to do that. And so I went over that. I think it was last week. It might have been the week before. I can't remember now, but it's called how to automate your client follow-up process. I think definitely make sure that you check that out. It's a really good video to check out. All right, great questions though, guys. Really good questions. Let's see, we've got about 9 minutes left. I know earlier I told you guys that I was going to show you the client free marketing client campaign. So let me show you where that's at really quick because they're coming up, guys. And this is something that you need to know. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to, just hover over your name, and then you're going to click on account right here. Okay, just click right on account. And then if you scroll down, right behind my shoulder there is a little thing that says selling. And if you click on that, there's a thing right here that says free client marketing. All right, and these are client campaigns that you can enroll in or you can opt out of them. Like, you don't have to participate in this if you don't want to, but you might want to understand what they are before you make that decision. And so you can see details about them right here, and then you could come down here and enroll in all of them, or you can just pick specific ones. And what these are is on these dates that you're seeing on the screen right here, we are going to email your clients on your behalf. We're going to create coupons and we're going to run basically a marketing promotion for you, and we're going to market to your clients for you on your behalf. Now, it's all going to look like it's coming from you, but this is something where you don't have to do anything as long as you've checked over that preparedness checklist right here and you're opted in. We are going to do some marketing for you, and it's all included with your Zenfolio account. So definitely make sure that you come down here and check these out. If nothing else, at least make sure that you are either opted in or opted out so that you can make sure that you either have the promotion going on or that it's not going to happen and you don't have to worry about it. So that's coming up soon, guys, in the next couple of months. Speaking of the next couple of months, like, I cannot believe that we're only like 30 days away from the first day of fall. I know Annie was not looking forward to saying goodbye of summer, but like here in North Carolina, I'm really excited the first few days of summer, and then when we experience that like 87 day that feels like 105 and the humidity's at like 120%, I start thinking about fall really quick. And so I'm definitely counting down those 30 days to be like, man, fall's coming. Hopefully the weather that usually goes along with fall follows the season as well, because I'm excited about those nice cool nights and having a little bit of a nicer, cooler day for sure. But I just can't believe how fast this year's gone. Like 2020 is coming up on us, guys. Not too much further away. All right, let me get a drink of water. And if you guys have any questions, we have about 6 minutes left, so I could probably answer one more question. I'm going to give you guys a second while I drink some water to get a question in the chat. And then if not, I'm going to grab an email question that I can answer. All right. Man. Let's see. 24/7 Media Group says, any way to add Father's Day? I think we did it last year, and I'm not sure why we're not doing it this year, but I think last year we did like grads and dads or something like that, and it might have already run now that I think about it. But every year we release different campaigns. If there is a specific campaign or something that you're interested in, just shoot us an email, let us know. Like, hey, I'd really like to have a Zenfolio client marketing campaign around this, and here's my ideas. Like, we are always open to ideas. Again, just shoot it to us at zenfolio.com/contact, and we can pass that up. Or you can always just talk to us in chat. Speaking of chat, guys, we have such an amazing support team. If you guys haven't tried our support team out yet, if you're brand new on Zenfolio, make sure that you hit that little chat icon and you talk to somebody that's on our support team. They love you guys and they are phenomenal. They are all photographers or who have at least been involved in the photography industry in some form or fashion, and they're all either in North Carolina, or we have two honorary ones. No, they're great. We have two others that are in Maine, but they are amazing, you guys. If nothing else, just click on that chat icon and let them know how much you appreciate them, because they are phenomenal. But definitely, if you're in your account, if you're doing something, you have a question, you're not quite sure how to do something, don't let yourself get frustrated. Click that chat icon. Those guys are experts on the platform, and they can help you with whatever kinds of questions that you have. So make sure that you're hitting that chat icon and talking to our support team, because they love you guys. Okay, let's see. Let me grab another question. And he says, shh, it's coming. We can't stop it, right? I just hope that winter's not bad this year. Okay, let me grab another email question really quick. I'd like to offer an... Okay, so this is an easy question. I think I can get this answered in a few minutes. I would like to offer a nice 10% off coupon to anyone who buys from my site. How can I make that an easy process as possible? Not sure the best way to do that. So let me show you how to create a 10% off coupon that you can use over and over again really quick. So we're going to go to selling, go to coupons and campaigns right here, and I'm racing that clock, that clock. It's that way, backwards. We're going to go to selling, coupons, and campaigns, and then you just add a new coupon right here, okay? So, and this is actually something that I like to do. I like to give people right out of the gate, clients, whenever I send them their gallery, I always give them 10% off of their order, but I make them do it in a specific time period, because I want people to order sooner rather than later, because if they think they have all the time in the world to order, they will take all the time in the world to order, and then I am sitting there being like, man, am I gonna make it? I'm starting to get hungry here, you know. So we like to make our clients order it sooner rather than later. And so what you can do is come in here, set up an individual coupon. You're gonna go down here, put in a name. I'm just gonna call this one demo probably like 3. The name and the descriptions for your reference. Coupon code is what you're going to send to your client. I like to personalize it if I'm creating it for a specific client. So let's say this is for the Jones family 10. And then what we're going to do is come down here. We're going to say discount products, type percent, and then we're going to say 10%. I never discount shipping. The labs are the ones who ship. And so I want to make sure that I don't take that money and lose it out of my order revenue. And then we're going to come down here to the very bottom, and you can actually say, you know what, they can only use this in their most recent gallery. So maybe it's like this gallery. So that coupon can only be used in that gallery. And then you can come down here and say, okay, I'm going to give them a 10% discount once, as long as they order within the first week of their gallery being live. So maybe I'm releasing their gallery on Monday. I want them to order no later than the 9th. I can choose that. And then I just copy that coupon code right up here that I created. Make sure I save this. And then when I email them their gallery, in that email, I say, here is a 10% discount coupon, but it's only valid if you use it before this date. And then that puts that fire under them to be like, oh man, if I want to get that discount, like I don't want to let it go to waste, I better hurry up and place my order. And so that is the strategy that I personally use for that 10%. There's lots of good videos on our YouTube channel that go over coupons in a lot of detail. There's a lot of different strategies. In fact, I think we've done a couple of Zenfolio lives on that. So make sure that you go back and you look those up. All right. 1 minute left, so let me just say again, 24/7 Media, Roxanne Bay, Jennifer, Annie, let's see, Kathleen, Richard for hanging out and moderating, Inley Creative, Doubtful Della, I'm trying to make sure I say everybody's name, Andrea, I can never say that name correctly. But hey, I appreciate you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. It's Labor Day weekend's coming on us, guys, so make sure that whatever you do, that you are safe, that you are smart, but most of all, go enjoy your weekend. Be a voice of positivity. Go encourage somebody. Do something nice for somebody. Help somebody out. Help somebody realize something good about themselves. But whatever you do, just make sure that you do something positive and that you stay safe and that you enjoy some time with your family, hopefully, and that you enjoy maybe some time off like I'm going to be doing because I'm really ready for some time off. And I will see you guys again next week. Don't forget site reviews on Tuesday. So next Tuesday, the site reviews, and then Zenfolio Live next Thursday. Have a safe weekend, guys. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button. And if you're watching the recorded version of this and you'd like to learn more about Zenfolio, I recommend watching some of the videos that you should see popping up on your screen.